evening. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the final First Corner Live of 2021. Yeah, still a couple of weeks till Christmas, till the new year. But hi, Gypsy. Hello, welcome, mate. But yeah, this is going to be the last stream of the year. There'll be another video, another First Corner main video. But yeah, this is the last stream, so welcome, Daniel. I'm well, thank you, mate. Yeah, I'm doing well. I was feeling a bit under the weather yesterday, but feeling better today. Yeah, doing okay. Hope you're well too. How are you? How are you guys doing? Yeah, obviously much to catch up on since the last stream, and of course, if you've not seen the previous stream, you should go and have a look because it was quite a notable one, quite a funny one. Those that were there will know. Carl, thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Enjoy the first half. I hope you guys do well tonight. That's for sure. You can do us a favour. You can do Liverpool a favour. And Joe, welcome, mate. So South Korea, yes. I was just saying, Joe. Obviously, for those that weren't there, you should go and check the video out. The last stream we did. It hasn't turned up yet. I'm hoping it will turn up before I go down south to visit family. It'd be painful if I don't get it by this week, because then I'll have to wait till a couple of weeks before I can actually check if it's real. So yes, it hasn't turned up yet. But in fact, let's have a quick look whilst we're here. I don't think there's any update from eBay. No, nothing to say it's been shipped on eBay side. Yes, I'm anxiously waiting, Joe, but I'm hoping it is real. I'm optimistic. Initially I was a bit worried, and obviously there's still a bit of me that's a bit of nagging doubt in my head. But yeah, I'll certainly let you know for sure when it turns up. And evening, Andy. Evening, mate. Welcome. Yeah. So guys, I'm sure you will know by now, but we will basically be just browsing eBay, and anyone who's just tuned in for the first time, this is a very relaxed stream, a very relaxed video. We'll just be checking out what's on eBay. If there's something really good, we might try and buy it. And I have bought a few things in the past. Given last week's extravagant purchase, I don't plan to be buying any shirts. And yes, Gypsy. Exactly. Yeah, £172. That was the price you paid. Which, given the shirt, I was really happy with. It was one of those where, yeah, I thought it was going to go much higher, so I was happy to pay that. But yes, it certainly blew my intended budget. That's for sure. At least I've had to sell a couple of shirts to make up the shortfall. Daniel says my Gambo Saga shirt I just say. Bought the new St. Pauli shirt and in the bidding for the retro St. Pauli shirt. Good stuff, Daniel. Which retro one was it? Let me know. And evening Jackson. Oh, is that Andy on Twitter? I recognise your picture there. If it is Andy, welcome. If not, welcome otherwise. But yeah, let's get to eBay. I often spend too much time talking at the start here. But of course, I will say a couple more things. Do subscribe if you are new, or maybe you've been watching these streams but you haven't subscribed. Oh, here's Andy. Good stuff. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Yeah, please subscribe because it helps grow this channel, and you'll also know when videos are happening, when I'm going live, when I'm posting my regular First Corner videos, so you can do that. And also, well, a couple more things. You may have noticed the Kitsman, our good friend Josh, the Kitsman on Twitter, is running a series of awards, community awards. So please, and I don't just say this for myself, go and just support and shout out whoever you like for the various categories at the Kitsman's Twitter page. Of course, it would mean a lot to be nominated, but really, I would encourage you just to go there and just show some love. Firstly, for the Kitsman for running it, but also just nominating your favourite accounts and things like that. It'd be great to see as many nominations there as possible. So I'll just recommend that really to go and check that out. What was the third thing? I can't remember the third thing, but we'll carry on anyway. Oh yeah, and just say please fire in questions as we're going through an eBay. Many of you guys will know. Please do send in questions. I'll try to answer them as we go through. If I don't answer them, someone else in the chat will probably answer them anyway. Oh, the St. Pauli 2000 shirt, don't you? Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at that before we go to eBay. Which one's that? Okay, is that a Kappa one? Nice. Now, if it's the one I'm seeing on Google here, World of Internet, that's a sponsor. In fact, let's bring that up now. eBay scene. If it's yeah, if it's this one, that is fantastic. That sponsor is incredible. Evening, Thomas. Evening, T-Lady. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're just about to jump to eBay. Daniel was just saying he's bidding on this fantastic St. Pauli shirt. That is awesome. Right, guys. eBay. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about my process. I think you will know by now. I like to just do literally football shirts ending soonest. It doesn't, and also auctions. Okay, with the Astra logo. Nice, Daniel. Nice. That's cool, man. Yeah, hope that auction goes well. Yeah, I like doing this. There are other ways to do eBay, of course. You can do things like newly listed and not nearest first. You want to do there we go, newly listed. So you could do stuff like this, and literally that was, I mean that's a fake or a remake, but that's listed a minute ago. You can often snipe some really good deals this way. That's one way to do it. I like to ending soonest. But yeah, let's have a look. So, that's an interesting. I don't remember this training top. It's just about to end, but yeah. I do find these sorts of shirts interesting. They're kind of the ones teams will often wear in training or kind of pre-match. What's weird is that seems to have a 20 on one side and a 10 on the other. A very odd kind of shirt to and someone's picked it up for £6. Nice. But yeah, interesting. I've just seen this as well. This is almost certainly not an original. If it is, that's an incredible price. Oh, maybe it is an original, to be honest. Some late bids. So someone's picked this up for 45 quid. Oh, City have already scored, Carl. Oh dear. I well, hate to see that. Unsurprising. Okay, Youth XL. I was going to say, guys, this well, initially I was skeptical when I saw the price. I thought, surely that's not an original. On the second glance, it looks pretty good. There's nothing on there which would put me off, at least initially. And even though that is a Youth XL, and youth shirts, of course, Foden scored. Interesting. Sorry to hear that, Carl. Hey, means you might spend a bit more time here. Silver linings and all that, right? Oh, Barry, thanks for stopping by as well, mate. The career shirt hasn't turned up, unfortunately. I was hoping it would. It would have been good to show off on the stream. If it does turn up this week, I might try and get a quick video. If not, the first video of the new year hopefully will be an unboxing of that one. But yeah, have a good shift, Barry, and see you around, mate. So yeah, just to say, the youth size does really reduce the price. And you can see here, guys, this is a great example. Again, if this is an original, which it does look pretty good, that's a really good price. If you're a men's small, and this is great, the seller's got into a bit of detail with the sizes, which is excellent. that is an excellent price. You know, for a men's medium or a men's large, this would be, you know, if this is on classic football shirts, you're looking at a kind of 150, if not more. In good condition, maybe 200. Other sites, definitely three figures, I would say, as a ballpark figure. So yeah, long and short, if you're someone who's a smaller size, look out for shirts like this. You can get really, that's a fantastic deal on that. Amazing design, amazing Arsenal design. What have we got? Georgie says, what do you think about buying sought after shirts in women's cut that have the exact same appearance? For example, I got Nigeria 2018 for £20 in women's. Yeah, and Thomas, you said that if it fits, I think exactly that. Some women's shirts are quite different and have quite drastically different cuts, but actually a lot of them are very, very good and they do fit quite well. So long and short, it isn't really a problem. I know some people bought this year's Ajax shirt, the women's Ajax shirt from the club store, because it had that fantastic vertical sponsor in the style of many great Ajax shirts over the years. So yeah, it's definitely an option to look at. What I would say is that, yeah, again, just double check, because especially some of the older women's shirts were a lot more different and had quite different necklines and things like that, which can be a bit difficult or less comfortable to wear for some people. But in general, it's not a problem. Barry says, I'm embarking on trying to collect all of the competing teams of USA 94. Wow, that's a challenge. But nice one, Barry. Have a good one, as we say. And yeah, it's good to have a goal. We've said that before. It's good to have a goal in your collection. Yeah, that's a big one. That is a big one. So I'm just going to look at this. This one, I just wanted to see if this was actually real or not. The seller has provided a picture of the tags, but it doesn't look great. Maybe it's real, I don't know. But if it was real, 20 quid is a good deal on a current season shirt. Thomas, any FM contests? So there isn't any planned, Thomas. Yeah, I found it when I was doing the Football Manager section. City 2 up, car. Oh dear. I think it's a sign, mate. I think it's a sign. I hate to say it, but yeah. It's time to jump on eBay. That's a shame to see. So Thomas, yeah. The Football Manager contest, I don't think it was popular enough, at least from the initial reaction, to do a full video. But at the same time, no, I could keep. I haven't actually played it since we last spoke, since last week. But yeah, if it's something people want to know or keep up to date with it, do let me know, and I can certainly provide periodic updates. I was just quickly looking at this Germany shirt, which was quite a well. Obviously, Germany had a terrible World Cup, but it was a great design. It was a shame about the World Cup winners patch, because that looks terrible. I was going to have a quick look and see if it's... We don't get the full label there, I don't think, because BR314, I don't think that's going to give us anything. No. So that's... At the end of the day, if you don't see the full label, that's just a bad sign. I almost wouldn't bother bidding on something like that. I mean, you could obviously ask for the full code, and this, for anyone who doesn't know, is the product code. Adidas shirts, you're looking for that kind of second number there. It's a similar thing with Nike. Thomas says you've been addicted. Who have you been playing? Thomas, remind me again who your team is. And Thomas also said about the reflective crest. Yeah, the iridescent crest is a standout feature, and it's been something of a trend this year. Something of a trend across a number of teams. So yeah, it's a notable one. Even though Barca, of course, have got their problems. Yeah, certainly the shirt stands out. A couple of interesting items here. Inter Milan, this one. Good to see the code, that's what we like to see. And again, for anyone who doesn't know, let's have a quick Quick search here. This is just about to end, so obviously it could be. Well, here we go. It is the shirt. Quite simply, you've entered in the code and it's come up with the shirt, so that's excellent. Someone got a good deal there, 22 quid. This is, what's this, 15, 16, so it's 6 years old or so. Size small, again, you do just tend to get a good deal on small shirts. Condition looks reasonable. So yeah, nice deal. Whoever picked that one up, a little bit of a bidding more. Yes, it's a size small again, which just is typically cheaper. That's an excellent deal. Yeah, I'd happily, if I was looking to collect into shirts or that sort of thing, I'd happily pick that one up. Middleman, welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. And yeah, Thomas, exactly. City away, great example. And you're saying a Liverpool fan like myself. Yeah, you sometimes. I mean, that one at first I wasn't too fussed with, but now seeing it on pitch, it looks fantastic. It looks really nice. A City away shirt. João Ramos, loved the video about PES 6. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. I think you should do a video on PES 5 with its unique kit, shirt, short, and sock combination. Okay, well, I can certainly add that to the list, João. Thank you. It's yeah. I'm hoping will continue with various different games. So yeah, I can certainly add PES 5 to the list. John Carl, good to see you, mate. News in South Korea, it hasn't arrived yet. I am anxiously waiting. I cannot wait. I'm hoping it will arrive this week because then I can see it before Christmas. If not, it'll be the first thing I do in the new year. Will be to unbox the shirt and hopefully see it's real. So yeah. Oh, nice. Thomas playing as Fiorentina. Okay, 5th season after a couple of top 4 finishes. Is what's his name? Vlahovic Dusan, is he still there? Or did you sell him on? Guys, I've been looking at this whilst talking. Of course, this isn't a shirt I don't think I've seen before. I don't remember seeing this Asics Stoke shirt. I wouldn't say it's even a particularly nice shirt. I think the way that crest has been put into the stripes, it's a bit clunky. But I mean, it does have a great sponsor. Whatever you think of Carling, it's a great sponsor to have. It's got a lot of kind of charming 90s elements to it. Given the price, I mean, for a start, unless this would be a remake, it's unlikely to be a fake because it's relatively niche. I assume it's an original. That looks like a great price, to be honest, given the condition. If you're a Stoke fan, I would say you're better off getting something like this than you are getting the current season shirt. And yeah, it's had some bids, £54 with postage. And seen some good purchases tonight. We've not bought anything ourselves, but yeah, that's a decent deal. That very decent deal. Andy says, play your South Korea rise before moment Euro map shirt. Oh gosh, it actually will, mate. Actually will. Another great vintage. Look at it. This guys, one of the best sponsors here. Birthday. So am I right in saying they were sort of like a Clinton's kind of card shop? Is that right? I might be wrong, but look at that for a sponsor. And another great vintage English shirt at a good price. Tell you what, was this the same? This is the same seller, I think, wasn't it? I was going to say. Okay, yeah, they've run out of. There's a Blues Brothers t-shirt there, and they've got another Stoke shirt, which is funny without the manufacturer. Oh, there's the Matchworn logo. I was going to say without the manufacturer logo, it looks a lot like a retro remake. So there we go. 3. I mean, this is a great shirt. This berry shirt. Look at that, and the sponsor again, fantastic. It's quite a kind of it's a very colourful sponsor. The Cox 4 teeth. Bit of damage, but given the age of the shirt, that's a great price. So some really nice vintage UK shirts. Obviously, these are going to have a small appeal. But if you're someone who likes kind of collecting more obscure club shirts, And again, good vintage shirts, mid-90s shirts. That's a decent price. Of course, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bargain. You probably could find it for not much more elsewhere, but it's decent. It's certainly less than I'd expect to see it on another vintage reseller site. I just feel like they're sponsors. Who needs the Inter third shirt with its colourful centre when you can have that instead, eh? Beautiful stuff. Okay, nice, Thomas. Saying you sold Vlahovic. Yeah, makes sense. The South Korea shirt. So that, Thomas, check out the end of my last stream, which was it last Thursday? Oh, where's that fine old shirt? We saw that last time. Basically, won an auction on one of the boxed T90 shirts, the limited edition T90 shirts. And it was the South Korea Park Ji-sung one. And it was a tense auction, but we won it at a really good price. I was really happy with the price I paid for it. Now waiting to see if it's real. So yeah, that's all at the end of the video. Yeah, go and check it out. Oh, that's why you all it. We got it 20 minutes in. Gosh, anyone who's watched the previous stream will know I seem to yawn at least 4 or 5 times in these streams. Anyway, Middleman saying, do you have any early 90s Italian club jerseys? Bari and Vicenza have beauties. So, I'm trying to think what I've got. I've got some... Do I have any early 90s Italian shirts? I don't know if I do. I've got an early 90s Parma. But in terms of early 90s Italian, nothing, unless I'm forgetting something. I do have a Roma kind of training jumper kind of thing from that period. It doesn't have a crest, but it's got the NR logo and the Barilla sponsor. That's the closest I could think of minimum. Yeah, Thomas, it's good, man. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it arrive. Another one I've just been looking at as we've been speaking, Aberdeen. Now this is great. This is a really good looking shirt. Quite understated, but that pattern is fantastic. The cuffs are great as well. Yeah, really, really nice. There's, a bit of wear and tear to the Umbro logo. Well, okay, quite a bit of wear and tear to the Umbro logo, it's fair to say. But, from a distance, it's not a big problem. And actually, at that price as well, it's a really good looking shirt. If we were to look, let's do a quick search. Of course, you won't always find stuff, but if we go into classic football shirts, for example, let's go year, oldest, let's see what we've got. Doesn't seem to want to give us that. We can do nearest. What about oldest? There we go. So, for this particular shirt, so this is the one after. So interestingly, the price is actually quite low. I mean, these are XL, so not quite the kind of sweet spot of price in terms of M or L, but for a brand new version, that's 90 quid. But then, yeah, even then, despite the damage, 20 quid. There's so many bargains out here, guys. Yeah, middleman, this is a good deal. Again, there is damage, but if you were really bothered, you could get that restored. If not, honestly, for this price, I don't think that's a big problem. It's an XL, which again isn't necessarily the best size. MOL is more sought after typically, but if you're an XL or you don't mind a looser shirt, that's just a nice purchase. Despite the damage, I think that's really good. And again, you look, the away shirt, again, same size, and it is brand new, 80 quid. So I think anything under certainly 30 quid, I would say, is really good. Any more, I guess it's going to depend on how much that damage bothers you. Yeah. And then, yes, this is great. Football shirt creation illustrations, the master really of this sort of thing. As if on cue. Yeah, send it over to him and he'll sort it out. For sure. That's good stuff. So yeah, guys, I mean, in just 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I've seen a few really good vintage deals. This Morocco shirt has come up almost every time. Uh, you know, like when you start to see a shirt so much, I think it's almost having the opposite effect. Well, I'm sort of less and less intrigued by it because I've seen it and clearly no one's paying this price. Well, no one's even bidding 200, let alone the reserve. Yeah, I'm less and less interested by this one. So as I scroll down, I've noticed that someone's supposedly already selling. Well, I mean, there's no picture of the product, so that's a bad sign. So I would avoid this. But I was going to say this little capsule collection that Grampus did was absolutely fantastic. So for a leisure wear shirt, that's really nice. But again, without pictures of the actual shirt, they're just retail pictures, so I would avoid that. Middleman, is there a way to check authentication with Umbro? I've heard originals always have sign on its tag. Good question. I actually don't have any particular tips with Umbro, to be honest. I think, obviously, I always kind of, say to people, check as much as you can against pictures that you know of shirts that are real. So, for example, here, if I go to the away shirt, the Aberdeen away shirt, you can see the label there. Interestingly, that is actually different to a label in here. Now, it doesn't mean it's fake by any means, but that sort of thing, makes you think, okay. Well, for a start, if I now look again, it looks like, is it potentially the label underneath? It's kind of obscured by the replicate label. I might be wrong there. So Zach, good stuff. So Zach jumps in and says the size on the back tag for Umbro is the easiest way to tell. Okay, so there we go. And again, please guys, do fire in tips for specific manufacturers or teams or anything that you know. Nice one, Zach. Thank you. So there we go. Yeah, that's from 1993 onward. Okay, as in this, is that this logo? Sorry, Zach. Or as in the size on the back tag is from 1993. Yeah, but yeah, as I say, so in this example, and maybe it's a difference between away or home, or maybe it's simply again that there's that additional label. But that's definitely something I like to do. Is again try and compare pictures. And of course, areas like the manufacturer logo and crest are big ones for integrity. So despite the damage, you've got enough there to do a very good comparison with, again, other Umbro shirts from the time. And be sure to search for shirts around the same season because, of course, brands do change their logo from time to time. Okay, Zach, thank you. So from 1993, they stopped doing the replicate tags. Good stuff. Good knowledge. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice. Joe as well. I just missed your comment, Joe, but saying, are we going to see the Sunderland shirt again? If we see the Sunderland shirt again, it's just if I had money to bid on it, I would. But yeah, so that home one is definitely legit. Nice. That's good stuff. Yeah, so someone got a really good deal there for 20 quid. I was just going to say on this Japan shirt, of course, I really like this shirt. It surprises me that this is on here for that amount. And again, I would really want to see the product code on this one. Without that, I wouldn't want to bid. And even then, I mean, I don't want to rule it out immediately, but I'm not sure what's going on. Is that... Yeah, it looks like something's going on a bit dodgy there on the front. Either way, I mean, there's a bit of a bidding more ensuing for it. I don't think that's real though, at least not from what I saw there. Xiao says, always wanted to find a Portugal authentic 2002 with a double layer tech. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of having a global superstar playing for your teams that highly inflates the price. Yes, there's a problem if you're trying to find a bargain. I would also like to have a 2002 shirt. I mentioned in my Boca Juniors video, which, guys, please check out my best Boca Juniors shirts of all time video if you haven't already. Yeah, in that video, I talked about the Boca Juniors shirt from that time, which had the dual layer construction, and I don't think I have a shirt with the dual layers of that kind of era. So I would really like to own one of those actually, because I'm really interested in shirt technology and how that's changed over the years. So yeah, definitely a good one to look out for. Inflate the price. Just noticed this Admiral Admira, sorry, Vaca. I assume it's pronounced something like that. Is that the Austrian league? Quite a that sponsor is something, isn't it? Flyer alarm. It's a bit shiny, but and again the crest application is quite simple, but yeah, interesting interesting show there. An unusual team. I must say that incorporation of the league patch is pretty jarring, isn't it? The way it's above the Nike swoosh there. Oh no, it's got a sleeve sponsor to boot. But again, so here we go, guys. This is I do this a lot, but I think it's such an important aspect is to just Google this code here. You can see it here, 833017657. Now, interesting thing about this is that, of course, this is a template, a Nike template, which has been badged up, and you can see here. And funnily enough, Sevilla had that exact same template here. So this, I believe, is still the actual shirt, or at least a replica, of the team shirt. So it's quite interesting, isn't it, really, to have that. And again, this is just really to help show you that sometimes if you search for a code, if it's something like this, which is clearly a Nike template, which many teams use, Sevilla being probably the most famous example of this particular colorway, I would still, well, I would Google, check that the team wore it, of course. But yeah, I would. This to me wouldn't put me off, even though it's bringing up templates, because of course the template is the one that's being used here. So there we go. Hopefully that's helpful for some of these more obscure teams, obscure club teams, or even some international teams. If you search the code, you're going to get templates, and that's okay. And it's good to see. I just really appreciate sellers that include product codes off the bat. Immediately, this fills you with confidence. And of course, I'd still check it if I was unsure. But that's great to see. I think more and more sellers are doing that now. At least in my experience, it seems like more sellers are doing that. So that's really good. And yeah, I'd agree. I think the Japan kit was probably dodgy. Michael saying, hello Phil. Hi mate, hope you're well. This week I managed to get Jimmy's 2006 home shirt. Good stuff. That's a great shirt. Of course, with the Teamgeist collection releasing recently, that's, peaked or reminded people about how good certainly the Germany. This looks fake to me. Maybe I might be wrong, but I would have thought it looks a little bit. Sorry, I was just talking about Teamgeist, but I just wanted to check this shirt. Maybe it is real. Sorry, I thought there was more going on the collar on this shirt, but maybe not. Anyway, I was just going to say this is a great shirt, and of course, if it is real, that's a great price as well. Going back to Teamgeist, the Germany one I think was one of the best versions of the Teamgeist template. Evening, Andy. Hope you're well, mate. Welcome. Winterman saying, amazing how many vintage and authentic kits are in eBay in the UK for great prices. Yeah, honestly, the landscape I think is good. A lot of people have said eBay's not what it used to be. I actually think it is. It's sure you do have to take a lot of time to kind of trounce through a lot of rubbish and a lot of fakes, but there are really good finds. Still. Good old British Heart Foundation. We've mentioned them a few times. Big charity shop here in England, and they've been selling a lot of really nice kits. This one, of course, what size is that equivalent to? I guess 42 inch. Let's have a look. What we get on so that's. Reckons So that's yeah, XL kind of range. Yeah, really good price. I mean, of course, there's a couple minutes to go, but looking at that, it looks legit. Yeah, so of course, this Adidas template quite famous. Many teams use it from the Adidas equipment era. And if we look here, okay, there's not much information there. I was going to say on here we can see a few notes about some minor damage, but that looks like another good deal. Another good deal on a vintage UK club shirt. Impressive stuff. Oh, Portland Timbers, who of course just lost in the MLS Cup final to New York City. Was it just last weekend? This is a great design, and I believe, I might be wrong, I'm sure they won the MLS as well around this time. I might be completely wrong, but certainly they were quite successful around this time. Looks like some damage, and this appears to be the replica version. But yeah, assuming it's real, if it is real, that could be another good pickup. I've said this for quite a few shirts at this point, but yeah, there's some good stuff there. Jumping back to some questions, some comments. Carl, 3-0 up. Sorry, City 3-0 up. Yeah, they are a machine. I'm both enjoying the title race this year, and also it's going to take something quite special, I think. And I know with Liverpool have been in good form, but yeah, given how good City have looked as well, I don't think it's going to be. Oh, it's not going to be easy. It sounds quite pessimistic. We'll see how we get on. If we can get through the period of that Salah, the African combinations without too much damage, we might be okay. And yeah, Thomas, I think that's true, saying that the UK probably has more authentic kits because it's country with the sport so probably. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Yeah, it's one advantage we have for sure. Exactly, Andy, saying about Germany being one of the better Teamgeist efforts. And, I don't think it's any coincidence. That's a German company. Yeah, probably, it's fair to say they might add a little bit more sometimes to the Germany kits. Not all the time, but I think, it makes sense that one of the best kits would be from the nation they're in. So I've been hovering over this Dortmund shirt, of course. Just tell you what template this is, the 10-90 template. This was it the away or the third? I think this was the third. I might be wrong, but I think this looks to me like the slightly grey third shirt, or maybe it is the black away. But Dortmund had this kind of funny thing where they had a greyer grey third shirt, despite having a black away, which is quite funny, even though it wasn't any different. And if we can see on our football shirts, yeah, you can see here. So there was the black away, and I think this is actually the third. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the third shirt. Marc-Andre Kruska. No, that's a name that doesn't. I can't honestly remember anything about this chap. I mean, he played 100 times for Dortmund in the noughties and Germany under 21s. I don't know if there was. Oh, that's interesting. So he was apparently the youngest goal scorer in the Bundesliga. This is great. Lovely little bio, which I do appreciate. There we go. So this is great. Of course, I've spoken about my love for Total 90. XL, I mean, given these shirts run pretty big as well, that is going to be a big shirt. But it's got the Bundesliga patch, it's got the name set, which looks to be an original, or, yeah. If it's not original, it's the original typeface at least. Yeah. A nice pickup, honestly. I mean, guys, if I hadn't bought that career shirt last week, I'd definitely consider this. XL is quite big. It is quite big, given that these on, well, if you're an L or an M, it would be quite big. But yeah, There's so many deals out tonight, guys. So many deals, I tell you. Thomas, jumping back to your question about thoughts on Teamgeist, my general thought was that basically there wasn't really. The shirt seemed so similar to the original. Well, two things. For the teams that had Teamgeist, the shirts seemed so similar that it was kind of odd. It would have been more interesting and more creative to me to see designs inspired by that era, but with some fresh ideas. And then for the teams that weren't with Adidas, so teams like Arsenal, of course, were with Nike at the time, or Celtic. It was interesting to see, but I didn't really think the shirts looked that nice. I think Celtic actually had one of the better ones, to be fair. Yeah, that's not enough there for me to say that's real. Even if it is, I definitely want to see a product code in that one. Yeah, so in short, relatively underwhelmed. Nothing moved the needle for me. Yeah, interesting to see though, and very interesting to see people's reactions to the collection. Man, do people here like to collect goalkeeper shirts? I've personally have not added many over the years. One or two. Yeah, but not many myself. But it's interesting. It's an interesting area. Of course, there's so many good goalkeeper shirts that I think if you do start down that road, you could be going for a long time. This is funny. This design. It was funny how much the template was a rip-off of Nike's template. The construction here. Tell me that does not look like a Nike shirt from a few years ago. But it actually was. What was the brand? I can't remember the brand that made this now. The name of it. But yeah, hilarious design. And to me, it's quite a kind of clumsy design, but at the same time, quite collectible in a weird sort of way. I don't know if it's real or not. I would have to check some pictures, but look at that horse graphic. Oh dear, madness. And he's saying one of the reasons for my Germany collection, and I just put the effort in. Yeah, I think that is kind of often just been the case. And John Carl said the problem with goalkeeper shirts is that they tend to be templates available to all teams, and that is often true, John Carl. That is often true. In some ways, that can be a benefit. Some of the great templates of the past have been used by a number of clubs, but at the same time, as a collector, you're right. You can often see shirts, and wonder, has it just been badged up? Is it just a template that's badged up? Curtis, when are you going to follow me back on Twitter? Curtis, I'm afraid I don't typically respond to requests to follow someone. Nothing personal there. But maybe in due course. Guys, looking here, we missed out on a Utrecht shirt the other week, which I was gutted about. This is potentially a really nice pickup. On a home shirt. I don't know. It's 2018. Let's have a look. Have a quick look. Interesting that there's no sponsor actually. And if we look at pictures here, it's interesting that it's got no sponsor. But if it's real, that's a really good price there on a Hummel shirt. I don't need to tell you how good Hummel are. Nice. Another potential bargain. We've seen so many good deals, honestly. Again, eBay is alive, guys. eBay is alive and well. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Now, this may not. Some people will look at this shirt and go, "This is a boring shirt." But I look at this shirt, and this is absolutely just textbook. This is an early 80s or mid 80s Watford shirt. Supposedly match worn. Look at those numbers. Wow. Both the style and the material. And this is just, again, this is textbook. We've talked a lot about Umbro this evening. This is amazing. Of course, the price is reflected in that, and it's a hefty price. But actually, if it is match worn, even if it wasn't match worn, That's a fair price. It really is. You just don't see these popping up every day. Yeah, I mean that number especially is amazing. I could look at that all day. This is going to distract us for a good couple of minutes, I'm afraid. Anyone who's not a Watford fan. Yeah, there's a small mark, but this is just an absolutely brilliant. I mean, there's such a beautiful design around the collar and the cuffs there. Again, very understated. Just got the yellow and red in the thin line, but it's an excellent away shirt. It really is. You've got the shadow stripes, which looks so good. It's such a again, it's something that was obviously seen quite a lot in the 80s, but it almost always looked good. It's such a good way of adding a bit of interest to a shirt without taking over. Classic sponsor, just absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I don't own any 80s Umbro, but I'd love to. Of course, you know these are the top end of the market here. We're talking about, but it's just a gorgeous shirt. Something, as I say, something you don't see every day. Let's have a quick look, see if the seller's got anything else. No, just a few things. Another Watford item, a signed shirt. But yeah, brilliant shirt. Brilliant shirt. Yeah, so good, so good. eBay's so funny, isn't it? You get stuff for this, and then you get the most kind of random kits and polo shirts and things, and then just suddenly an amazing 80s gem just pops up. It really does sum up eBay to a certain extent. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's for sure. Thomas says you just spotted a 98 Denmark. Ooh, okay. Wow. I mean, that needs to be found. What's the listing name, Thomas? So I'll try and find it now. So that's a home there. We did talk about this shirt at length as well for behind the chevrons, guys. If you haven't seen my series of Hummel, go and check it out. Look at Hummel's YouTube page, search behind the chevrons, and yeah, you can enjoy. Well, we looked at Denmark shirts in episode 2, and this one actually, shirts around this era did come up a couple of times. Now, this, you said it was an away, Thomas, so I guess it's not that one. Yeah, let me know what the listing name was, and we can have a look. Yeah. Many bargains have been found tonight, I must say, guys. I've been quite impressed. I'm having to be very disciplined now. I'm not going to spend any money. That's my purchase last week. That's interesting. But 90s, it doesn't look like a 90s item. Maybe it is. To be fair, it could actually be an old sweatshirt. Because of course, Bayer Leverkusen were sponsored by Aspirin. If we look at their shirt history, we can see. I don't know why that's not coming up. Oh, I guess because I didn't type Bayer 04. You can see in the mids, yeah. Oh yeah, so quite a classic one. Same template as France, of course, or same kind of base design. So yeah, this, to be fair, might actually be quite an interesting little sweatshirt. I quite like that. Yeah, it's very simple, but you know, you don't. These sorts of shirts with sweatshirts with club details are quite collectible, despite the relatively simple design. There's not really much else apart from those elements. Quite interesting to see the Adidas logo on that side. That's quite unusual. Looks to be in decent condition. So yeah, I like it. I'd be quite tempted, to be honest. I do like a good sweatshirt. Ah, okay, Thomas, not on eBay, on Depop. Cool, cool. No worries. God, you nice lead shirts to cheer you up. I've not come across any, I'm afraid, mate. But let's hope we can find one in this end of the video. Um, yeah, I can't see any Palmer either, unfortunately. Um, oh, Andy, Damien from Classic Soccer is dropping a Fiat Boca home shirt this week. Oh no, I don't. That's not what I want to hear, Andy. I cannot. Oh no. If I see that and it's one I don't have, that's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna have to do a flash sale in the next couple of days on some more shirts. Oh, there we go, Carl. As if on cue, we've summoned a classic lead shirt. This is. It's not the best, template or best design, but Strongbow era lead shirts are great. I mean, I was getting into football around this time. Um, starting to watch Match of the Day kind of properly. And Leeds were great. Leeds were one of the teams I enjoyed watching a lot, actually. And I always just remember their Strongbow kits. So there you go. This is a great deal. If we quickly search, I'll get rid of retro. See if there's any kind of on classic football shirts. Not that it's a high one, but we're going to go old to new. That's quite a few. If we get Strongbow, 6001-3, nice. Okay, so there's some badged, I mean, no doubt, classic, just badged up some old shirts and printed them, but there you go. There's an XL, and again, it's got the cool name set, which looks good. That's an XL for 100 quid. So you can get an L. Granted, the condition, I don't know, it might be slightly worse. It seems to be a little bit bobbling, but actually, it's a really good deal there. So there we go, Carl. Mate, if you don't have this in your collection, honestly, I think that's an easy purchase. Or certainly anyone who likes, is partial to a Nike shirt. I think that's a lot of potential there. Just looking at the sales profile, there's a lot of that's funny. Just a kind of eclectic mix of items from New Look and a Primark tartan skirt, and then we get there's a Leeds shirt, and then we're back to the dresses and a couple more Leeds shirts. It's fantastic. There's a great item nonetheless, though. A great item. Do you own any England shirts, says Jay? I have only a couple. I got a 2002 away. I quite like that one. I picked it up recently, a few years ago, because that was the kind of first World Cup I probably watched. So I have fond memories of that one. And other than that, I got not a match shirt, but I did get the pre-match shirt from this year because I really liked that one. Apart from that, I've had a few over the years, but nothing special, nothing 80s or 90s or anything like that. Ooh. Okay, guys. Now, I said I wasn't going to spend any money. Okay, I'm not going to spend any money because it's a medium boys. I was going to say, if this was in an MOL, I mean, it would be easily worth £15. I really liked the Leon shirts at this time. Quite Umbro at this time. We talked about England, of course, also working with teams like Leon. Quite kind of heavy shirts, quite big shirts. But Leon are quite timeless. Sydney Govey, a kind of classic player as well. Yeah, would have been potential steal, but medium boys, money is safe for now, thankfully. Now, Andy, you mentioned Damien classic soccer jerseys. I do need to check that out. Let's have a quick look now. If we go here and then go to classic soccer jerseys, it's not coming up. There we go. Or was that on an email, Andy? I don't know if I missed that one. let me know where it is, mate. And as I say, oh gosh, that could be a real problem. Many people now have been kind of aiming really in the next year to collect as many good Boca Junior shirts as I can find. Not necessarily just quantity, but trying to just fill out my collection with a load of Boca Junior shirts. And yeah, there's been some really good pickups already. It's just I just love them so much across their history. Um, yeah, so that's dangerous for me. Alejandro's saying using Depop is a good idea. Yeah, Depop is definitely worth checking out. I don't tend to go on there much, but there are many good deals that people have found there. So of course, I would definitely say add it into your rotation. And yeah, it's definitely a possible route for purchase. Wow, the bids on this City shirt. It is, of course, a popular one, famously worn by Liam Gallagher and Oasis. But yeah, that price is pretty high. I mean, more than that Watford shirt. And of course, I would say the Watford shirt is certainly worth more. But then again, I don't know what the going rate is for this shirt. I guess given the connection with Liam Gallagher, I mean, it's in the title there. It shows you how much that has kind of affected the price there. So yeah, there you go. That could actually be a good price. I don't know how highly sought after it was. Oh, it was on Instagram, Andy. No worries. I'll check that out later. I'll check that out later. Nice. And Carl saying, feeling better already. I managed to get that lease on from Full Slime Vintage Football Shirts. Good stuff. Good stuff, Carl. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. Or rather, a good shirt, that one. Okay. Now, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream in about 10 minutes, a bit earlier than I often do. But yeah, tonight there's been a lot of bargains. Starting off with the vintage, some of the vintage UK shirts. But yeah, even though we've not bought anything, and there's a few shirts that have come back again. I recognise that Betis shirt, and indeed the Le Mans shirt. I think that was on last time as well. But another decent outing on eBay, I'd say. Yeah. Again, familiar faces. It's funny. There's been so many recurring shirts. Each stream, it seems, you get the same suspects. We haven't had the Sunderland shirt. Maybe the Sunderland shirt sold, actually. There was a particular Sunderland shirt which came up. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I'm sure it was. A great Hummel Sunderland shirt as well. Really, really good one. Okay. We've sort of plateaued a bit here. I'm seeing fewer tempting purchases. When I used to, I would often just spend way too much time browsing eBay, and I used to set myself a rule where I would say, okay, the next 5 listings that I actually click to see more information. After that, I'll just stop. So I do this thing where I just scroll through. I don't know why I used to do this particularly. I could have just stopped browsing at any point, but I used to go through, and if any shirt, I'd be like, okay, here's a PSV shirt. That's one, and it kind of made me look further. Think, oh yeah, quite a good price as well. XL, but yeah, pretty good. And then scroll through, and then I go, oh, well, let's find another one. See nothing. Okay. Austria, Vienna. Again, that number's pretty interesting. That's 2, and 3 more, and then I'd come off. That would be my rule, because otherwise I could just sit here all day, and I'd be forgetting you guys are even watching. I'd just be scrolling through, and yeah, 2 hours later I'd be it's good. Even if, again, there's not been that much in the last couple of pages, it's still good to just have a quick scan, see what's around, and even just tonight, learning a bit more about, again, some of the stuff with Umbro and some of the various teams' kit history. It's good. It's good. Any more questions, guys? Please fire them into the chat. And as I say, I'll be here for another 5-10, and then we'll call it a day. A bit of a shorter stream today, but yeah, just as we begin the kind of home straight as well, I do want to say a huge thank you for your support in these streams. I've really enjoyed doing them. And James, no worries, mate. We've not bought anything, but we have seen a lot of good bargains. There's been a lot of vintage UK shirts. Yeah, there's been a lot of potential purchases, or if I had a bit more money to spend, some potential deals for sure. But yeah, as I was saying, it's been I really enjoyed hearing the feedback about this series. So yeah, I definitely want to continue it next year. And if there's any things you'd like to see more of in the streams, particularly, or any different topics to cover in the stream or things like that, please let me know, because I've really enjoyed doing them. Even though I yawn consistently as we do them. Yeah. But thank you for watching these streams, guys. And even if you just stick this on in the background, or you're just sort of popping in, watching it on catch up, it's great. It really is. Yeah, helping to support the channel. I just noticed this as well. This is supposedly an original Arsenal shirt. And of course, this is quite noticeable because Adidas just released a retro collection. Now this one seems to have a bit of damage, and again, I would have to check it was real, but it looks okay at first glance. No obvious fake signs, I would say. What you do tend to notice is that when a retro shirt comes out, when there's a collection of shirts inspired by an old design and a remake of an old design, of course the originals see a rise in interest. So typically, it's not necessarily the best time to be buying a shirt that's just had a remake made of it. But you never know, sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. This Arsenal shirt, of course, is a wonderful design. Another great Arsenal design. One of the best Adidas ones with huge 3 stripes diagonally. Yeah, so again, if that's real, that's a really, really nice pickup. Yes, it does have some damage, there's some stains, which, aren't particularly pretty. The JVC sponsor is quite faded, as is the crest. But given how much you would pay for a shirt in good condition, again, this is easily 3 figures, probably over £200, I would say, for good condition. Especially given the remake. Potential bargain there for any Arsenal fans. If your size, what size is it? Size M as well. So actually that's quite an attractive size, because the size M there, you probably fit an L as well. Given it's a 90s shirt. So yeah, good stuff. Alan's saying PSV 96, 97 away is on my grail list. So PSV, if I just double check which one that is. Yes. Funny you say that, Alan. I recently just picked this one up. This is a recent purchase. I've not shared any pictures of this actually. I might do that this week. I've got one of my favourite 90 shirts, this 95 away, and I just added the 96 myself, which I was really happy to find, and I'm looking forward. I'm going to photograph both of these together. Such a great colourway. That purple and black combo is so strong. So yeah, Alan, I mean, know me, many people know, give it a year, I'll probably be open to selling it. That's just the way I often do things. But yeah, it's a great shirt. Best ever Oxford shirt, says Joe. I mean, let's have a quick look. Off the top of my head, nothing springs to mind. Oh, there we go. There's some, oh yeah. How could I say anything other than the Wang sponsor? We mentioned Umbro before, Umbro's 80s efforts. It'd have to be one of these ones. I mean, that's great as well. Anything sponsored by Wang Computers is worthy of a shout there. Look at that, it's huge. That is a huge, yeah, well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Andy, any shirts you're expecting home from Santa? You know what, Andy, unfortunately, I'm in that situation where a lot of people who know me kind of think, oh, what shirt can I get Phil? He's already got enough shirts. which is a shame because some people say, oh, their family members and their friends, they get some great vintage shirts. I think I've almost built up too much of a reputation now, which is a shame. I need to maybe request some, I think, because basically I'm not expecting any shirts, which is okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, maybe I need to just be a bit more forward and say to my friends and family, I want a shirt. Because yeah, it'd be fun to get one, of course. But no, apart from the presents to myself, Andy, I think that's my main thing I'm expecting. James says, could you visit other sites? So Facebook, Vinted, Depop. Yeah, that could be fun, couldn't it? Maybe we could try it. Maybe one evening, every so often we could go on a different site. I like that idea. Yeah, we could do that because eBay's great. I love eBay, but that would be good, wouldn't it? If people would like that, please let me know. Oh, look at that! It's so funny. It's so cute when you see a shirt and it's ages 1 to 2. Look, it's really funny seeing how big the crest and the sponsors and everything are in relation to the shirt. That's just great. You know what? If I was soon to have a child, if we were expecting soon, I'd pick them up. To be fair, for £1, it's pretty good as well. Oh, that's great. Oh yes, Andy, this is a good point actually. I've just seen your message about Adidas potentially changing their logo, dropping the Adidas one. Very interesting. Seeing some of the mock-ups today, it was quite jarring to see that. And I think in terms of like my first impression seeing it was, oh, that looks a bit weird. But yeah, very interesting. I'm interested to see how that's going to look on the kits. I mean, it's a relatively minor change. From what I gather, the 3-stripe element is the same. It's just the wording that's dropped. So I don't think it's a major change. I'm kind of interested to see it though. I think Adidas kits, design-wise, have been relatively quite stale. And sure, this change isn't going to necessarily change that particularly, but I think that there is a sense in which having little changes like that could actually help quite a bit. If nothing else, just to add a little bit of something different. Hopefully then Adidas follow that up with some other big changes like using their 3 stripes more creatively. We've talked about that before on this channel. So yeah, interesting news though. It'll be very interesting to see. And apparently, was it next year they're going to introduce it to the World Cup, I think. So that could be very interesting. And he's saying, Joe, got myself a Barker Oxford player shirt from last season. Nice. Very nice. Andy, top of his game when it comes to shirts with match details and player names and stuff like that. Carl, City 4 up. Oh, man. Mate, commiserations. Yeah. I think most teams have been on the end of a job in from City at some point over the last few years. So, yeah, tough night in the office. Carson, is there some way to do a Grail hunt in future as well? Pick a shirt and keep an eye out for one on eBay. That's a great shirt, actually. I mentioned, of course, I'm looking at Boca Junior shirts, but to think of a specific shirt and basically keep, give an update and try and find it and show you guys kind of some of the methods of finding it. I like that idea. I'll definitely bear that in mind. And Alan's saying, yeah, purple kits are massively underrated. I think so as well. Often, they're really good. Yeah, the PSV shirts are certainly some of my favourites. And Smudge Sports, hello, welcome. Unfortunately, we are going to soon be ending the stream, but thank you so much for tuning in anyway. And indeed, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, for hanging out with me tonight. As I say, perhaps less dramatic than last stream. We didn't enter a bidding war on a rare box shirt, but there's been some good deals. I mean, just again from tonight, you can see eBay is alive and well, and that's certainly something I've taken away from the streams we've been doing. Yeah, many good deals can be found on eBay at different price points. Whether it's the high value shirts that you're looking out for, or whether you're somebody who's trying to snipe cheaper deals and cheaper kind of bargains on more obscure shirts. Again, eBay is a good platform. But yeah, I will say again, if you weren't here at the start, this is going to be the last stream of the year. So there will hopefully be another video. I'm planning another video which will hopefully go out this week, or if not, early next week. Which will probably be the last main Phil's Corner video of 2021, and then I'll see you next year, guys. So yeah, thank you if you've, whether you've been watching the streams or you just kind of watching the background and have been watching other bits, whatever you've been watching. Thank you so much. I will say as well, I've not mentioned tonight, but of course, many of you will know I have a Patreon as well, and if you want to find out what that is, what you can get, how you can support me further, the details in the description. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. Any last minute questions, fire them in, and if not, yeah, hopefully speak to you on Twitter. Don't forget, I mentioned before, but you can nominate anyone you like for the various awards that the Kitsman is running on Twitter. Of course, it'd be great if you voted for me, but actually, more than anything, please do get there and just vote for people and just show the community some love. This isn't just a plug to vote for me. I do really think the awards, it's a simple thing, but it's been so good to see that, and I would really recommend you get involved. Just enter, nominate people that you like, for the different categories. I'd really commend that to you. But Joe, thank you, mate. You too. Yeah, have a great Christmas. Yeah, and as I say, if we don't speak before then, I'm sure we will. But yeah, thank you for your kind words. And I was going to say have a good New Year. We'll speak before then, Joe, I'm sure. And James, favourite pickup from these streams? I mean, so far we've had a few good ones. I really enjoyed. We had the Great Heart shirt, which was a bargain early on. The Liverpool shirt as well, actually, from I think the first stream. That arrived a couple of weeks ago, and I really like that one. But, I mentioned it before, but if the South Korea shirt is real, that's one I'm never going to sell. I talk a lot about how much I do sell my shirts, but that one, if it turns up and is real, yeah, it's going to be a blinder. It really is. Carl, honestly, it's a real pleasure, mate. And it wouldn't be the same without you guys. People like yourself, anyone who's watching now. I do these videos because I really like football shirts, and to know that other people like them and they're willing to spend time to watch these videos, it means so much. And it's great to hear, Carl, that football shirt collecting and the various content that's out there has helped you during COVID. It's helped me during COVID, don't get me wrong. It really has helped me, and obviously there's still a lot of doom and gloom, and who knows what might happen in the coming weeks. But one thing's for sure, I know there will be a community of people who will be out there, and yeah, it will be a big help. So thank you for your kind words, mate, and I would send it right back to you and say thank you for your company, and again, anyone else who's watching. But guys, thank you for this evening. It's been, as I said, it's been a good time. Many good stuff, good shirts on eBay, and yeah, again, really enjoy these streams. Phil's Corner Live, it's been good. I certainly I'll be continuing these streams, and even when the corner comes back, and it will come back, don't get me wrong, it will come back eventually. It's taken a while, but it will. And when it does, I'll continue to stream because I do really enjoy these. But yeah, until the next video, I'll see you soon. Look forward to chatting to you more on Twitter, and please, again, do leave a comment about what you'd like to see on future streams. Until then, I'll see you soon. But thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Yep, James, thank you, mate. You too. I'll see you next year for sure. And speak to you before then, no doubt. But, yeah, thank you all. I'll leave you with my outro song. And yeah, it's been good. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your time. It's good to hang out. I'll see you very soon. See you guys.